Welcome to Meta Designs, a new channel which focuses on designing a car in CAD from the ground up. Once the car is finalized in the CAD environment, building the car in real life in my own garage. A little bit more about this car. I am designing as I go and looking for constructive feedback. As a way to make sure I am making the best choices, I am interested in answering questions about the choices I have made so far. Not all parts have been selected, though my previous experiences defined many of them. If you know of better parts, please let me know in the comments below. I am currently streaming the car build in real time over on Twitch, Sunday afternoons, Eastern Standard Time. Link in the description below. For the people who have watched and are interested in seeing in-person content, I am planning on filming an in-person video welcoming the new channel, as well as taking some extra time to talk about my personal and professional experience with regards to car building, as well as my interests and backgrounds that drove me to deciding it was time to make a car like this. That being said, I do expect this to take a large amount of time, and I am excited to learn and grow along the way. I did not hear comment. So it is kind of. It is based off of a WRX, but this is a rear mid-engine. So mid-engine is anything the motor behind the front axle or inside of the back axle. This one's inside, but it's a J37 transmission or engine, excuse me, which is out of a Honda Odyssey. And then it's a Chevy Corvette transmission, and I have to build the adapter still, but I need more information, so these are just really rough mock-ups. And then it's a Chevy C6 diff on the front and back, and there's going to be, which I still need to figure out, but a transfer case here, and that will redirect power from here back underneath through an axle, or a I guess it's a drive shaft. Sometimes they call them torque tubes, but that would be more in the engine. So, drive shaft, and then a drive shaft back here, and then you get all-wheel drive out of that. Still trying to figure all this out. I really don't have a good for the transfer case right now, and then I need to relocate everything now that I have my final dimension. So what I'm doing right now is getting my offsets on my wheels, so I can start getting my geometry for my steering. So basically, as the wheel moves up and down, you want to make sure that you have the wheel either coming into camber or not at all. And I think I'm going to build a little bit of camber as the car lowers, like from braking or going over a bump. But I also want to make sure that I'm not getting any toe, which is where the front of the wheel in and out compared to the back wheel. So I'm going to be going through all of that today, making my design points, and then possibly drawing out and modeling some stuff. But right now, just getting those points. Going to use WRX brakes, wheel bearings, hubs, all that stuff, and then and I gotta think about it. So it's gonna be the drop one. These are pretty rough walk-ups. Again, they don't look quite right, but this is a Brembo brake kit, so it's an 11-inch brake, and it is modeled correctly on its thickness. And then I just took a really rough modeling of the bolt-in wheel hub design, which is really ideal. It allows an axle to come through, so if I do go for this all-wheel drive setup, I'll already have the axle properly spaced. I got a guy down in Florida who will make axles for me, since they'll index differently to this diff than they will for the wheel, and they'll probably have to be quite long. But it also allows me to build a really simple wheel hub that I can have, or like, this is a wheel hub assembly here. So once I get that, then I'll have the offsets. So you'll see some of that coming to by there. And then this is a 0 offset wheel right now, which means it's 12 inches thick, which it might go to 11. Then I'll have to redo the offset so I can keep the same angle. Anyway, so that'll connect, and then there's a line that more or less has to go from where that center spot is on the back of the wheel to where all the connection points are, and then an angle forms like that where the connection points to the hub are, and you want that line to pass through the wheel right at the center point, and then that's what you call the 0 scrub radius. Oh wait, no. There. There. Hey, and welcome back to the voiceover section. So we're getting into the meat and potatoes of the geometry for the suspension. Now, I have some experience with this from working on cars, but I am, in this case, relying on a book called Chassis Engineering by Herb Adams. And I just decided to go this way because I knew that there was going to be a lot more here than I actually knew about. And so I figured it would be best with this first iteration, given the modular design of this car, to just start with something that is known and then work from there. So what we're looking at right now is building out the scrub radius. So I'm looking at the center line of the wheel, and then I'm trying to design a line from the upper and lower ball joints to get the line between those two ball joints to cross over with the scrub radius. Now, I'm not exactly sure on what camber I'm going to want on this wheel, so I am designing that crossover line slightly to the inside of the center wheel. I've been told that some scrub radius is good for feedback. I'm not sure if that feedback needs to be in all four wheels or just the front ones. It seems like it could just be in the front ones, but I do know that a negative scrub radius drastically reduces the feedback in the wheel. So I'm going to go with a slight amount of in scrub radius, and with the camber that should make it basically zero. And then if I need to design slightly more scrub radius, I can reiterate on that hub and use the same linkage later on. Okay. And oh. Go 400. Okay. So those are going to be our rod ends, basics. Now we're gonna back one. I guess now we're gonna make up here. Well, I'm gonna get out of here. Appreciate you guys hanging with me. Sorry, that's pay royalty.